What is up, everybody? Welcome to YouTuber Tournament 7, episode 53. Today we're going to be doing the last challenge of the entire season before we kick off the finale. Also, today's objective is supposed to say round 2. I just forgot to change that. So, before we kick off the final challenge, we got to give credit to the final 3 YouTubers left. The final 3 YouTubers who have made it this far. Starting with Tady from Italy with 3 stars now. Singeferno with 2 stars from the United States. And Milky Way with 2 stars from Poland. And now I believe we can kick off the challenge. The final 3 contestants are going to be put in a Roblox marble race. Yes, this is the exact same challenge as we did as the first challenge of the season. Except the rules are a little different. I decided that I was only going to give each contestant 1 marble rather than the original idea of me giving each contestant 8 marbles. Because it's easier to track that way. So, before this challenge begins, I'm going to announce the colors. Red will be for Singeferno, white will be for Tady, and black will be for Milky Way. Whoever is the last standing out of those 3 marbles will win the challenge and move on to the YouTuber Tournament 7 finale. Alright, so for this last challenge, we are redoing the first challenge. It is a marble race to determine which player will ultimately win the challenge. Now, there's going to be 3 marbles in play that you should really pay attention to, while the other ones are just there as CPUs. Now, the 3 marbles in this challenge that are represented for each YouTuber, the white marble will be Tady's, the black marble will be Milky Way's, and the red marble will be for Singeferno, which means if out of those 3, whoever out of those 3 marbles is the last standing in this challenge, will ultimately win this challenge. So this challenge can go from 2 rounds all the way to the finale of the marble game, depending on how far it goes. So we just started the challenge, and it's a good start for the challenge, actually, because all 3 of them are quite close to each other, with Milky Way in first out of the 3 marbles in play. The rest of them are just kind of there. Yep, that's not red. That's red, but red's crossed the finish line. By the way, that's the white one. Over there is the tan one. They're very hard to tell apart. I have no idea why the developer changed it this way. Kind of wish they kept it materials, because this is not quite what he should have changed it to. I gotta make those marbles move because, yeah. There we go. Because the challenge will not continue until that happens. Alright, round 2. The challenge continues because we still have all 3 marbles. Looks like Milky Way's in first out of not just the marbles in play, but all of the marbles. So it looks to me, and they have qualified first. Let's take a look at the rest of the marbles. Where is... Okay, so there's Tady up there. And Singeferno is kind of struggling. Oh no, Tady's right there. Keep mistaking some of these other marbles because the colors are so similar. Tady is still Singeferno is still struggling. Singeferno might be out of the challenge. Singeferno might be out of the challenge. And he is. The Browns crossed the finish line. And that, just like that, Singeferno will not win the final challenge. Which means it's down to Tady versus Milky Way. The battle between black and white is back. It's a rematch from last challenge. Wow. That was quite early for Singeferno. Out in the second round. We are now in round 3. And I'm pretty sure all Singeferno fans are really disappointed in that. Oh, this one might be close. Very close. Uh-oh. This challenge could end right here. Depending on how the marbles travel. It looks to me... Oh, look, there comes another marble to save the day. I could have sworn Milky Way was about to go home right there and end this challenge within 3 rounds. But that is not the case, as this navy blue marble comes out of nowhere and makes the challenge continue. Alright, round 4. Milky Way gets ahead of Tady and qualifies for the next round, and Tady does too. And we will move on to round 5. Quite interesting concept. All the marbles are respawning now. And round 5 begins now. It's the battle between black and white. In case if you guys forgotten, black is Milky Way and white is Tady. And red was Singeferno, but he is gone, so therefore he is not going to win the challenge. Which means he is already going to be put up for elimination. Alright, and both of them have just qualified for the next round. Even if you step out of the blue, after you cross it, you're in. And they're stuck again. That's why the developers gave us no clip, because things like that happen. They somehow get stuck even if it's slanted. I don't know how that happens. It's a marble. Round 6. Tady and Milky Way are both neck to neck in this race right now. We are going pretty slow, and we're going to teleport to the next part of the game. All the marbles are zipping from all the way down there to over here. And things might get interesting. Milky Way just passed Tatey, and Milky Way's qualified, and so has Tatey. They are both moving on to round 7 of this challenge. Taking a look at round 7, this is what the map will look like when the challenge starts, and they're off. Milky Way gets a late start, but makes up for it by going onto the left path. Tatey's qualified at zooming speed, and Milky Way is knocking on the door, but is going to qualify if you really look at how it's slanted here. And now Milky Way is officially qualified. So let's take a look at the 8th round. You got a bouncing slope. They have to go around here, then bounce off of this slope, go this way, down here, and then right into the finish line. Since the challenge will continue. Where are they stuck again? Man, they get stuck too much. Alright, so Milky Way's in first of all marbles right now. And it's going to stay that way as Milky Way has qualified for round 9. So we're just on to Tatey now. He has to qualify in order to move on, and this looks like there's going to be a huge scramble. The maroon marble just passed through. And Tatey almost made it across, but the other marbles blocked him. And now he's all the way back at the start of this whole obstacle. Now things are looking grim. There's only 3 marbles left, but Tatey has advanced through that stage. And now it's ultimately... And it will look like Tatey will qualify, and this lime CPU marble is going to be deleted. Moving on to round 9. You got 3 disappearing lines, and when the first marble touches it, the line will disappear. Then you got these bouncing triangles near the end too. Now it will slowly disappear. This will allow all the marbles to catch up when one marble makes it to the next part. Now, there's a limitation to this, though. Tatey's in first right now. Milky Way is in second, but just got overtaken by some more marbles. And here we are, the qualifiers. It looks like all of them are going to qualify. So here's the leg 9, or round 10 actually. And it looks like they're going to be teleporting actually. What the? Oh, come on. It shouldn't be my job to do this every time I... want to do... It got stuck again. I have to push these twice. Go. Milky Way's finally qualified, and he got stuck again. Just get in the dang net. All right, round 10. The race is on. And teleport time. What the? Alright, let's see where the marbles are at now. They're all rushing down this one section. There's Milky Way rushing towards the finish line. And Milky Way is qualified. Tatey is gonna qualify as well, because I could have sworn he was the last, but then I remembered there shouldn't be this little marbles in this part of the stage. It definitely feels like a lot fewer marbles are left now. So it's gonna get harder to survive. We're moving on to round 11. This one's more about timing. And Tatey got through the gate. Milky Way's in last, but might catch up as she goes through the speed lane and qualifies. And Tatey qualifies too, and we will move on to round 12. This challenge might be the longest challenge in the season, but that's good because this is the final challenge. All right, round 12. All right, so it looks like Milky Way is going to qualify through the speed lane again for the second straight round. But Tatey, on the other hand, Tatey, never mind, the gray hero of all heroes is back. Wait a minute, they're safe. And I believe this is where the last challenge ended. This is where the first marble challenge ended, right on this wave. But it won't happen again, as for the first time in this season, we're going to round 13. And we're officially halfway through this entire game as well. Tatey taking the speed lane. Milky Way as well. But Milky Way gets knocked back. And Tatey qualifies. Milky Way's got to find a way to qualify. And does, with the help of someone else. And we will move on to round 14. And now we just gotta wait for the beige marble to get eliminated, and then we will continue the challenge. If they can stop going backwards. There we go. Round 14. All the marbles might be even. Uh-oh. Tatey just got flung, but it doesn't matter. They're back to normal. And I will teleport to section 4. Welcome to the halfway point. We're officially onto the 4th track. Milky Way's in first. This is the more advanced set of tracks now. kind of wish we played these in the first episode, but we didn't get the chance to because a team got eliminated so fast. Tady's up front. Milky Way is following behind. Milky Way is now falling really behind. They're in last. I don't know why the marbles are sticking to the ceiling. Tady's qualified. Milky Way is qualified too. We're moving on to round 15. That was a comeback by Milky Way right there to save their challenge run. Singeferno's probably been waiting on the sidelines for at least 12 rounds now, as they've been eliminated early back in round 3. Round 15. Milky Way zooming forwards, but gets stopped by the slope. Tady, it goes back in front. So that's a bad sign for Milky Way. Being on the top row is also not that great, but gets in front of the purple marble, and their challenge run is still alive. This would have been Blondie's marble if she was represented in this challenge. Round 16. We're now onto the spinner. We're now onto the funnels. So the ones that matter are Tady and Tady and Milky Way. Have both came off of that first tunnel. Milky Way is going to move forwards as well, and so will Tady. And it looks like we will move on to round 17. And if you've read that text down there, anything that touches this red pad here will get teleported to the start of this entire round. And it looks like Tady's going to do exactly that. He's going to restart because he did not do what he was supposed to, just like those two marbles as well. And just like that, both Tady and Milky Way will cruise through this round and move on to round 18. And now we will begin. We have to get up to that green pad before anything happens. Tady just did so, and so did Milky Way. So we're going to move on to teleport to section 5. Now to finish, you have to do it again, and Milky Way qualifies. And so will Tady. And it looks like we are 75% through this challenge, as there are only 6 marbles left in play. 2 of them are important, like this one, and the black and white ones are the most important ones. The heat is on. Milky Way gets across the obstacle. And doesn't dodge that red dreaded circle though. And Tatey dodged it. Milky Way dodged it barely. Uh-oh. Things might be a little grim. There's Tatey and there's Milky Way. Both of them are racing each other. Everyone else has qualified, I believe. And this challenge is over. And Milky Way is going to the finals, as she has won the entire challenge. Alright, so next episode we will watch YouTube videos from both Tatey and Singeferno to help you decide who's going to be eliminated for third place in the tournament, with the other YouTuber moving on to the finale with Milky Way, as only one can win this tournament. And we're down to 3. And this poll right here will determine who our final 2 will be. And we can then begin the championship of YouTuber Tournament 7. So, go down to the polls below, or not below, go to the community page of this YouTube channel if you're interested in voting on who you think should be eliminated. There are 2 of them. You have an option between Tatey and an option between Singeferno. One of them will be going home and will claim bronze on the podium. So, and that will wrap up this episode. We'll see you guys in the next one.